Ask divorce attorney Daniel Moss this morning here on Channel 955. You got a question? 313-298-9595. Jennifer has a quick one here for Daniel Moss. What's your question, Jen?
Hi, Mojo. I just wanted to say, first of all, I enjoy your show. You brighten my day every morning.
Well, you brighten my day for calling up. If you didn't call, I'd be talking to myself right now.
He would, too.
Yeah, I would talk to myself. What's your question?
Mr. Moss, I would like to know, I know some states have a common law marriage.
Yes.
I was wondering if Michigan was one of those.
Michigan is not one of those. They haven't had anything even close to that probably since 1957.
Wait, how long have you and your significant been together?
Well, we've known each other for 10 years, and there was a year and a half that we separated and went our separate ways, and we had kids with somebody else, and then we got back together, and we've been together for 6 years now.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's no common law marriage here, huh?
No common law marriage anymore in Michigan. You got to do it legally.
Channel 955, Rhonda, what's your question for divorce attorney Daniel Moss?
Yes. My ex-husband is a bouncer at a strip club, and so all of his money is under the table. He claims he only makes $1,000 a month. I know for a fact he makes about $5,000 a month.
Yeah, what do you do in that case? And then yours is interesting because a lot of people deal with this. Waiters, waitresses, a hairstylist, stuff like that. They get money under the table. How do you bust these guys?
Generally, basically, you have to almost do an audit. In other words, you look at their spending, you see whether they deposit money in the bank. You look at their lifestyle. You look at how much they spend for, rent or mortgage or cars, etc. You look at maybe credit cards.
So
that
they wouldn't
have.
be able to live the lifestyles that they live
Correct.
if it wasn't they were making more money.
Correct.
Boy,
You impute that, and the fact that you can do something called impute income. For instance, if they have an occupation where you can generally say that, say, a bookkeeper makes $30,000 a year, and a guy could get a job as a bookkeeper, you can say, well, I'll impute $30,000 a year, even though he only shows 12. That kind of thing, too. Okay. They can impute income, what they should be earning.
What's that, Rhonda?
Someone had said something about getting a valuation with a vocational expert. Is that kind of the same thing?
That's similar. Another thing is I've had cases where somebody says they don't work. So you put a private eye or anybody on them and taking pictures showing them where they go to work every morning. Trail them for a week and watch him go to work and watch him when he comes out.
Shannon, what's your question for Daniel Moss?
My daughter's father hasn't been around for about 3 years, and now he's trying to file for half custody. Can he get that after 3 years of not knowing his child?
Yeah, he can reestablish a relationship.
Can he
It takes
really?
time. It takes time. It takes time.
I see these situations all the time where the guy or even sometimes moms, you see it where they don't have anything to do with the kids for years. They can come back into the kid's life and
a natural parent, unless there's been a court order that's terminated their parental rights.
Is there a length of time? Is there like a magic number?
Well, there could be. Yeah, there a length of time of not paying support and not being involved and no communication, etc. You can file a petition to terminate parental rights. They get notice and everything else, and they can oppose it. But generally speaking, if nothing's been done and they want to come back and start seeing a child again, they'll start gradually, maybe go through a therapist to begin with, or through the front of the court or supervised parenting time. They'll start it gradually for the child's sake, but to reestablish a relationship is one thing that's probably encouraged.
Anna, hi, you're on with the divorce attorney, and you don't have to pay for it right now. What'd you want to say, Anna?
Hi. Me and my fiance, we've been living together for 4 years. We want to get married legally, but his credit is like bad. Does that mean he could ruin mine too?
Daniel Moss.
Yeah, you intertwine with somebody with bad credit, and it can rub off on you, especially if you mix your accounts.
Daniel just basically showed hit the door. So
it's not a good idea.
Find somebody with good credit. It usually makes for. There's a reason they have bad credit.
Okay.
Tia, what's up, Tia?
Hi.
All right, what's your question?
My question is, my husband is in jail, but he's possibly going to prison, and he wrote me saying somebody told him there I can get a divorce for free if he goes to prison. Is that true?
Well. I mean, there are agencies that do free divorces for people with relatively nothing, but when somebody's in prison, it's a little more complicated for purposes of service, and you got to go through the warden and all of that stuff. It's a more complicated situation.
Have you done any prison divorces?
I haven't done those in years. We do them in my office. There's a fellow that works with me that has done a couple, but I try and stay away from them.
Here's another question. Talk about prison. This is another extreme. Alexis.
Yes, hello. Good morning.
Hey, what is your question for Daniel Moss?
Hi, Daniel.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. My husband's been deported for 6 years, and we got married 6 years ago.
When you say deported, you didn't deport him, did you?
No.
The government deported him.
Yeah. And
because sometimes people kick their husband out of the house and they say, I've just deported him.
I'm writing all this down for Desperate Housewives. I got, let's see, prison, divorce, deportation.
Okay, so he's deported. So what's your question?
No, I don't know how to go about that because I wanted to get a divorce because I done moved on.
Yeah, you'll need a lawyer. You need a lawyer who goes through the four. Do you know where he's at?
Yeah, he's in Yemen.
Yeah, you probably have to go to the consulate there to get service on him and give him notice of the proceeding. Those are more complicated, too.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying for over 5 years now.
Oh, my gosh. Can he come back? You say for 6 years. You can deport somebody and say you're only gone for 6 years?
I have no idea about deportation.
Or are you gone forever? I mean, it's like, that's amazing. Spike these calls. You get
Aren't they great? The soap operas.
Daniel, listen to this one. I'm going to end on this call right here. LaQuisha.
Hi.
LaQuisha, what is your question for Daniel Moss?
Okay, me and my husband just got divorced. He works as a barber under the table. He's getting unemployment, but he just got remarried, and I want to know if I can get child support from his wife.
No, you can only get child support from him. But as far as under the table, we covered that a little earlier. You know, you can go after trying. Good. You go after him, try and show what his real income is.
Well, you know what? But I called the surveillance, and it cost so much. They told me like $700 for 8 hours, and I can't afford that.
They do have free legal aid clinics that might be able to help you out.
Yeah, they ended up giving me a free legal aid lawyer, but because they're only going by his unemployment and not the barbershop he works at, they're only giving me $116 a month.
Does he go to work? Does he go to work every day?
Every day.
Why don't you take some pictures of him going to work every day, seeing his car parked at work, and that's evidence.
Let me ask this question. So if a guy gets divorced from a woman and doesn't have a pot to pee in, okay?
Correct.
And he gets remarried to a really wealthy person.
Uh-huh.
That guy doesn't have to, even though he's living the high life, doesn't have to pay his significant other any money?
Well, first of all, you impute income to him what he can really make, i.e. he's a barber. He should be able to work as a barber.
But what happens if he's a stay-at-home dad?
But what I'm suggesting is they will take into account a spouse's, wealthy income and how to basically lower the expenses that he has for his living expenses and say, we're going to deviate from the guidelines because he really doesn't have the normal living expenses people have, so we may assess him to pay more child support because he doesn't have those other expenses to pay.
But you don't get a chunk of her money.
You don't get any of the...
You just have to sit there and be bitter and angry that he's married to a rich girl.
Directly, there's no, they move on and they improve themselves with their spouse. You can't go after the spouse.
Man, it's crazy. All right, write this all down. We're writing a screenplay. You want to get in touch with Daniel Moss? Now here's your chance. You can call him up at his office. Daniel will do a telephone evaluation with you of your marital situation. So if you have any issues, you want to ask a couple questions right off the bat, he'll do that. I would hire this guy before your significant other does. 248-855-5656, 248-855-5656, or his website is dmosslaw.com, dmosslaw.com. Daniel, thanks for coming in, buddy. I appreciate it.
Pleasure as usual. Thank you.
See you soon.